Yeah. So we lost in the clouds right now. I don't even know the definition of gravity, baby.
What up, world? It's Paradox TV. We out here chilling with the homie Church. We up in Raleigh, North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? About to do this interview for Paradox TV, the Indie Circle. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. What made you want to do music?
Well, I mean, I've always loved music. The way it made me feel was just something that I can relate to. Music is for the soul, so it really touches your spirit, especially when you can feel the passion and the love behind it. I've always wrote poetry, and I was in high school and I had a couple friends. We used to always have ciphers in school and stuff like that. And a couple people pushed me like, yo, you should jump into the cipher sometime. You should jump into the cipher. So I started writing rhymes, and at first I was horrible. I was garbage. And people used to tell me I was garbage. I was like, that sucked. That's horrible. Like, you can do much better than that. So it always motivated me to go home, and I had to say, instead of doing homework, I was writing rhymes. And as I started to get better and people started to notice that just pushed me to get into it even more and keep going harder and keep going harder. It kind of drove me until I felt like that was a plan for my life, and that was something that I could use to use as a tool to inspire other people as well.
That's what's up. Who would you say your influences are and why?
I listen to some of everything, man. Lupe Fiasco is probably my favorite hip hop artist right now. Common, Talib Kweli, Mos Def. I like a lot of neo soul like Dwele, Raheem Devon, Jill Scott, Kim. I listen to a lot of that stuff. Old school music like Marvin Gaye, Al Green, Earth, Wind & Fire, Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway. I love stuff like that. I mean, I'm pretty eclectic when it comes to music, so I take a lot of influence from a lot of different genres.
So the South popping right now, and it's usually like a North-South type of clash and how people go each other North-South. Do you have any Southern influence that you would say that's set aside from the normal that's on the radio?
Old school Outkast. I like a lot of old school Outkast. I felt like they were so much different from everybody else, and they always put the focus on lyrics. They always told a story, and it was always so much different from what everybody else did. And they didn't even have to try to be different. It was just like that. I used to listen to a lot of Goody Mob back in the day. Pretty much that whole clique, that whole camp, man, really inspired me to add another type of dimension to my music. Because I think it's really important to listen to all styles. It doesn't matter what coast or what location, you can learn something from everybody. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the important message with music.
That's dope.
It doesn't have to be a clash, Everybody can come together and, like Queen Latifah said, UNITY, unity, son.
I can dig that. That's dope. What type of hip hop would you say epitomizes your style?
I don't even like to put myself in a box. I don't even like to put a genre on my music, to be honest with you. It's all about how I feel. I've always said that my music was like spiritual warfare. Somebody told me that a couple years ago, and it just like fit. Because, whatever's going on in my soul is what you hear in my music. And I think that's important because a lot of times nowadays you don't hear that same passion. You don't hear that same love in people's music. And I think that completely destroys the art of it. And that's the only thing I have a problem with. I don't really have a problem with this rapper, that rapper, doing what they do, whatever they feel. I just feel like if you're gonna do it for the love of it. Anything you do it for the love of it. Don't do it for the money. Money's gonna come. You know what I'm saying? So everything I do is from the soul, man. It's just soulful music. But if I was to put it in any kind of category, I would say it would be a hybrid between, hip hop, neo soul, with a jazz feel. I mean, there's a lot of different dimensions, man. I can go on. So.
That's dope. So where did you get the name Church from?
Well, it's my last name. Also, when I was in the military, everybody calls you by your last name. So everybody was like, Church. And I actually had a name. My alias was Sketch the Poet back in the day. That had a meaning behind it, but as I grew and as my music grew, I felt like, you know what? Church is me. It's me. It's not only me, but it personifies everything that I stand for. So I felt like it was just bold, it's straight to the point, and it's me. So when people hear church, it's just like, wow, I'm interested to see what that sounds like. You feel me?
Yeah.
So yeah, that name just, I just decided to roll with that.
Okay, So what message are you trying to get across, and do you have a target audience or whatever?
No, I don't have a target audience. A lot of people would say that's a problem, I guess, because you're supposed to have a target audience. But me, I kind of I want to uplift anybody that's willing to listen. That's what I make music for, to inspire people. I want to make music to make people feel some kind of way and feel like they could be better, they could do better. But basically the main message is to be yourself. Don't ever try to put yourself inside of a box because you think that's what people want to hear. And I feel like a lot of times rappers make music, kind of targeting what they think people want to hear. But they don't realize that if you just be yourself, that shines through all the time. It shines through. If you're a lyricist, be a lyricist. If you're a concept artist, be a concept artist. If you are a party artist, be a party artist. And that's just kind of how that goes. It's all about you and what you think your gift from God is, and how you use it is up to you. Just be yourself. That's what I want to tell you. If you're a nerd, be a nerd. There's nothing wrong with being a nerd. It's cool to be smart. I was gonna let the kids know that. It's cool to be smart.
I can dig it. Originality, I can dig it. What would be the reason a fan would buy your CD as opposed to an artist that's already out now?
One thing I can say is I will bring a complete variety. I bring a complete variety. If you put on my music, no song sounds the same. Every song is completely different, has its own spirit behind it, has its own feeling behind it. So when you listen to an album or a catalog of mine, you feel full. You feel like you just ate a full course meal. A lot of these other artists, they just keep hitting you in the head with trap music, club music. It's like I'm just gonna do the same song every single time. It's gonna be 16 of the same tracks. Like me, I don't do that. Like I go off of how I feel that day, and I like to put a mix together, a variety together, so people can hear it and anybody can enjoy it. From 8-year-olds to 70-year-olds, they can appreciate it. You feel me?
And we're not gonna dive. It's probably like a stereotypical question or a controversial question.
All right.
And as it pertains to race, what sets you apart from all the white rappers?
Well, I'm me. I mean, that's the simplest answer. I'm me. Eminem, he's from Detroit. Bubba Sparks, he's from Georgia. Yellow Wolf, he's from Alabama. Like you have people from different parts of the world, and we all sound different. We don't rap about the same things. People used to compare me to Eminem. I didn't feel like that was fair because his delivery, his wordplay, his content, completely different from mine. Me, I don't curse in my music. I don't make negative music. I make music that'll make people feel good, it'll uplift them, and give them a message and teach them something. I don't feel like there's that much of that kind of music going around nowadays.
Definitely. Do you have any shout outs? How can we get in contact with you? Do you have a Twitter? What's your social grind like? Just give a few shout outs and just put a cap on it.
All right. Well, you can find me at twitter.com/MrChurch84. That's MrChurch84. You can find me at Reverb Nation /Church919. That's CHURCH919. I want to give a shout out to my man Paradox TV.
Salute.
My homeboy Vision out of VA. He's from Dade County representative. Even though I'm a little mad at your heat for doing that to my dicks, it's all good. We'll get y'all next year. Shout out to Pharaoh. Shout out to Infamous. Shout out to all my people that's going through a struggle and still keeping the faith. You know what I'm saying? Just know that God got your back. It don't matter. Just, blind faith is the most important thing in life. If you don't have nothing, grind like you do have something. Don't sit around and feel sorry for yourself. Don't sit around and wait for anything to happen. Go make it happen yourself, and know that God gonna meet you in the middle. So shout out all my people that's going through the struggle. Shout out to all my people that's keeping the faith.
For the fly light, smile for the spotlight. Everything we do is a highlight. Champagne drinks, fly connoisseur. Battle with the skies, that's my kind of war. The elixir drips from the lips of intelligent designs of a beautiful sister. Now that I've kissed her, drunk of her potion. Wheels of a 747 in motion, cutting through skylines, breaking rules and guidelines. Hands real slow on my timeline.